What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Freeze Frame episode 52, the show where we stop and take a moment to discuss all the heavily talked about news of the week having to do with movies, TV, streaming, pop culture, and all that good stuff. I'm one of your hosts, Vincent DeSantis. Today, I'm joined by the one and only sex machine himself, Ryder Maldonado. How are you doing, my man?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I'm slumped, but I got the energy. I got the weird
Yeah,
slumped energy, so I'm feeling okay. Thanks for that.
yeah. Weird slumped energy. What's
Yeah.
going on? You just tired?
It's just tiredness, but it's not like a oh I haven't slept. It's a oh man
Right.
I'm just waking up. It's a morning tired, but
Sure.
I feel like once we're done with this episode, we're gonna be good.
I had a gigantic cup of coffee, more than I
Mhm.
usually have, so I'm, like, a bit jittery this morning, like,
Oh, that's
probably
good.
not, but it's fine, we're getting into it, we're getting
Yeah,
into it.
give me your
Guys,
willies.
if you're on audio platforms, please give us a rating there. If you're on audio platforms and you've never been to YouTube, or if you're on YouTube and you've never been to audio platforms, why don't you jump back and forth because it helps us out a bunch. Cross-pollinate that bad boy. Hop in our Discord to stay up to date and join our community, and we have TikTok for your quick updates coming in, so that is super exciting too. And guys, if you're listening to this, you're probably excited for the Batman. We talk about the Batman a lot. We do have a review going up Monday at 9 a.m. on Monday the 28th, which I think the episode will be out
Yes.
before that. So, if you want to check that out, that is going to be on YouTube. We would love to hear your guys' comments and that kind of stuff on that video. This is going to be a big video for us. This is a big video release for us. So all the love possible. We love you guys. Thank you so much for doing that. And then also check out our Twitter and Instagram because that's where we're the most active. Twitter more than anything because that's
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it's so much more personal on Twitter, dude. Everything else
Yeah.
just feels fake.
Yeah. You're trying to make an image for yourself. You're trying to be a social media person, but then when you're on Twitter,
Yeah,
you're just like maidenless, Elden Ring, dot dot dot. That's
maidenless.
it.
That's the memes right now. I'm
That's the
loving it.
memes,
I
yeah.
love the maidenless memes. So good, Ryder. What do we got going today, dude? What do we got?
So this past week, I'd say a lot of TikTokers and social media creators that are associated with Disney got invited to the Florida brand new resort, the Galactic
That's
Star
right.
Cruiser. So I want to
Hmm.
put this in. This is kind of pop culture, but yeah. So the Galactic Star Cruiser is Disney's new resort that's Star Wars themed. But the big
Yeah.
controversy, not controversy, the big kind of gripe about it that a lot of people had initially was the price tag. It's
Yep.
$6,000 for 2 days for 4 people,
Yeah.
which is it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot for a
Hmm.
lot of families. But a lot of reviewers went to go see it. Of course, it was paid for, mind you.
Yeah.
And there's some mixed reviews. There's a lot of, oh my gosh, it's amazing, the most immersive thing I've ever had. I'm crying tears. And also, there were some reviews of like, it was a riot and this and that. But I don't know. It depends on who you follow. It was
Sure.
mixed, I'd say, mixed. But I don't know. Have you heard anything about this? Or
Yeah, I mean, I've seen pictures. I don't really know. I guess I could say this, but like I had a professor that worked in visual compositing for Disney, and he was doing a lot of the compositing work for this Galactic Star Cruiser. So he showed us
ooh,
videos and stuff like of like they had to make loops of space that lasted 48 hours so that you would never see the same thing twice, even if
yeah.
you watched it for the entire 48 hours.
hmm That's
Like
cool.
random things like that he was working on, which was really cool. And I mean, the pictures inside are gorgeous. It looks very, very awesome. I feel like we've only seen a small part of it,
Mm-hmm.
or we've only seen pictures of a couple things. Because if what we've seen so far is the entire thing, I don't think that's worth $6,000.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely had to be split up against four friends, which makes it 1,500. But then I think somebody online split that
Dude,
up like, so what, 300 for sleeping for 2 nights, 200 for food. And so you're saying what that
yeah,
other what is
is
for the
food
experience? I guess I don't know. Like, I think food. I think food's included. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure,
okay?
but I
It's a
would
little
hope.
helpful.
I would hope so. Like, I think it's
Yeah,
it's a really nice like Ritz Carlton
it's
dining
dope.
experience. Like, it is a
Yeah,
top of the line. Which
right.
part of me is like, I understand why you're trying to make it top of the line, but also I feel like Disney should appeal to kind of every class because Disney's for the kids. But I don't know. That
Sure.
just seems. I know that they have their strategy, so I don't really have a say. But
But
it's just
Disney's always been kinda gatekeeping for like, it's expensive, you can't go to Disneyland
Disney is
cheap,
expensive. Yeah, it
it's
is. It
all of
is.
Disney's
Mhm.
expensive, but they know people will pay it, and so I think even though this is expensive,
It's a
I
good.
think people are gonna go see it.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, they're
want
gonna go
to.
stay.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
would
I don't
love
know
to.
when, but I hope
Right,
eventually one day.
and I'm sure that this review period of the stay was like, they're learning from this. The gripes and stuff, it's
hmm
not open yet. This is also like a test run, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Um,
But
but it's very cool.
yeah.
The concept of it is awesome,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, definitely cool. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe we'll get by. We'll go Disney. Hey,
Oh, that'd be
love to
awesome.
go.
Can
So
you imagine?
yeah,
Can you imagine how cool that would be?
that'd be pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
That's bucket list right there,
Yeah, bucket
baby.
list.
I want to go review a theme park for Strictly Casual.
Oh,
That'd be so cool.
yeah.
That'd be so
That's
cool.
fun. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
You got it. Yeah.
jumping into major Disney news, Disney has rebooted The Haunted Mansion, and it opens its doors on March 10th, 2023. And the cast is looking like Owen Wilson, Tiffany Haddish, Rosario Dawson, Lakeith Stanfield, and Danny DeVito. What a cast!
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I'm all in. I hope that it's good because that original Eddie Murphy one was just close to my heart, and I think that this cast could save it.
I haven't rewatched that original with Eddie Murphy in a long
neither.
time, but I remember loving it as a kid. That's great.
Yeah, I'll never forget. It's like a comfort film, but
Yeah, I mean Danny DeVito and Owen Wilson. Come on, baby.
it's
And
easy.
Lakeith Stanfield. That guy
Dude.
can be so hilarious and so scary, bro. Like in the same role.
He's brilliant.
Great.
He's
so
one of the
good.
best. Let's see. We got a lot of Marvel news surprisingly today. A lot of little stuff. Here's the first one. Fred Hechinger, I believe, will play the Chameleon in Kraven the Hunter, the new film coming from Sony. Aaron Taylor Johnson is playing Kraven. Of course, this actor was most recently from You. He played the younger guy. This guy's a good actor. He can switch up easily. So I think playing the Chameleon is a good character. I think he's the brother to Kraven, I believe. So they're adding like the whole family to Kraven.
Yeah.
So which is pretty interesting. I don't know what Sony's doing, but it's definitely like
I'm just not excited for anything Sony, like based on Marvel stuff at all.
I
Like
want to say
Morbius,
I'm into Morbius, but I don't know. I'm in, but
Dude,
I'm not. I don't
that
know.
is going to be the worst movie of 2022. I'm calling it right now. It has to be.
Okay, it
has to
might be. Maybe.
It's
I'm thinking
gotta
about
be,
the
dude.
comparisons. Yeah. There's a lot of bad films out there.
Venom was close to the worst movie. I did see a worse movie in 2021 though. It was bad.
Well,
It's called Die in a Gunfight.
okay.
And it was. I don't recommend. It's on Hulu.
A Raspy
Please don't
getting a
watch it.
Raspy Award or whatever.
A Razzie. I hate the
Razzie.
Razzies now. I used to think they were funny, but they nominated like Matt Damon for a Razzie in The Last Duel. I'm like, dog, like he's good in that movie.
Yeah.
Just so what if you don't like his accent? I don't know.
No, that's
Whatever.
interesting.
Whatever.
It's not funny anymore.
But Blade recruits Aaron Pierre for a secret starring role. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Great.
yeah. Sorry.
Aaron
So I was
Pierre.
gonna look up Aaron Pierre. Now this actor, I know of this actor. Oh, but I mean, I forget. I was gonna look up his IMDb. I just didn't have time.
Yeah.
Sorry, but he's a good
No,
actor.
it's good.
So they're just
What's he in? What does he
Getting the
do?
cast
Aaron
list for that.
Pierre. I'm looking it up
I'm
right
gonna
now.
look it up real quick. Okay.
Aaron-
Um,
oh shoot, he's an old and Krypton.
Oh,
Wait.
that's right. That's where I last saw him. Okay. Never mind.
Wait, what else have I seen him in though? I've seen him in
That's about it for me.
nothing. I've seen him in
Mm,
nothing else.
yeah. Okay. We just get a lot of cast lists for a lot of these Disney Plus shows, a lot of these Marvel films. Ironheart is getting a new actress, Lyric Ross, is playing Riri Williams' best friend. And we got a little detail now that Anthony Ramos might play the villain in that show. So Anthony Ramos, ooh, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. I love him. He's
Wait,
real
Anthony
nice.
Ramos is
He was from In the Heights, main guy.
dude. I
Navin.
love him.
Mhm.
He's great. That's who I
So-
thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Which is kind of crazy because I thought Ironheart might have reintroduced Justin Hammer. So I hope they might. Because it's about Iron Man tech and all that. So I'm hoping.
But could Anthony Ramos be playing a villain here?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think he's
the
playing a
thought?
villain. Yeah. Mhm.
Interesting.
That's
Okay.
what's the.
We'll have to say.
Mhm.
And a little note here: Kirsten Dunst says there's still time for her Mary Jane to return to the MCU. Great.
Yeah.
Do you think she's gonna be in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness?
No, probably not. But I hear, dude, I hear news every day from even credible sources, mind you. Of course, most of the time, uncredible sources.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's a one credible source out there that's like, hey, yo, apparently Sony's working on some Spider-Man films. And I'm like, oh, I don't know about that, but maybe. Sky's the limit, dude. Sky's the limit. But yeah, I think Doctor Strange is gonna have a lot of cameos, but I don't think Kristen Dunst is gonna be one of them.
I still don't know about Multiverse of Madness, bro. Like, we'll see. We'll see what
Yeah,
it
well,
is.
I just think I need to pick your brain with some of these because like sometimes I think I don't know. I just want to pick your brain. We'll have to talk about it.
Good.
off-
Okay.
off
Yeah,
screen.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Someone who might be in it though, Deadpool 3. I mean Deadpool. Because there are some updates for Deadpool 3. Ryan Reynolds said there are updates coming sooner rather than later. But Deadpool, the Merc with a mouth, he might pop
Oh.
up.
Yeah,
on it.
Deadpool's fun. I like Deadpool.
No.
It's
I don't know how
good.
to work. I wanted to break the fourth wall and say, yeah, I'm in this movie. Deal with it.
Just look
Yeah,
right into the camera, stare into it. I'm in it.
deal with it.
It's me. Cool. All right, it's coming sooner rather than later. Catherine Hahn says House of Harkness, the show, is shaping up to be exactly what she hoped and dreamt. This is like the bottom of my excited list for Marvel. It's like not even close to high.
Okay.
She's
That's a lot of
I
people's high. I mean, top. I understand
Yeah.
why it's the lowest. I'm not. I mean, I was done with Agatha, so I don't know where they're
she's
gonna
a
go
fun
with her.
character. She was fine in WandaVision. She did great in
Are
there.
they gonna go prequel? Because I think I saw enough of her. You know, I love her, but I don't know.
I've seen enough of a lot of things in Marvel, dude. This is the problem. I want to be excited. I want to be
no.
excited about this stuff, but I'm not.
Well,
I'm excited for Blade. I'm excited for Moon Knight. I'm excited for whatever the hell they're doing with the Netflix shows.
you know what it is. You
that
know what
are
it
on
is
Disney
because
Plus.
I think of our tastes of film separate from Marvel are influencing our interests right now with what Marvel's doing. Because I showed you that photo. There is many different storylines going on. There's the ground
Yeah.
level. There's multiverse. There's supernatural. There's space. There's Young
Yeah.
Avengers. And I think, there's different teams, right? And I think like for you, you're into like the ground, the team with like
Yeah.
Thunderbolts and Daredevils and Moon Knights and all them.
Yeah.
I'm into like the multiversal space guys, like the Doctor Strange and Wanda's and all that. But so there's different people can like different stuff. People can get hop in it. That's what's cool about it. So
I guess
we
the thing
gotta
about
figure
like
it out.
House of Harkness though is like
That's more like
I know
supernatural.
people liked Catherine Hahn a lot,
Mhm.
but like, do you like her enough to have her own TV show? Like, can she carry that? She's a great supporting actress in the show.
She's a great actress. I don't know. I think this will be it. This will be her time to shine. Just like with Scarlet Witch, I was like, hey, I don't know, but blew me away.
That's true. That's true.
And
enough.
this is huge. Well, I think we talked about this already, but I was like blank. Disney Plus Canada announces Netflix Marvel shows will hit their streaming service March 16th, as well as there's like no word now on whether or not the Netflix shows will be in Disney Plus or Hulu, but there's still no word on that yet. But hopefully soon.
Figuring it out. I'll just keep my Blu-ray Doctor Strange, of Daredevil season 1 on lock, baby. That's never gonna go away.
Good call.
So good, man. All right, you ready for this next segment? I'm gonna start recording. Ready?
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Well, okay.
Okay, wait for it. 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, Indiana Jones 5 has officially wrapped filming, and we got some details on the film as well as a little breakdown of what you can expect. All right, this comes from Frank Marshall, the producer, of course, confirms this. There's been a lot of Star Wars, all right? But the studio has yet to touch George Lucas's other iconic franchise, Indiana Jones. All right, this is set to change next year when Disney releases a 5th Indiana Jones film, which is, of course, having Harrison Ford reprise the role as the titular character, even though, man, the guy is still kicking. Kudos off to him.
He's an
Hats
old
off to
man.
him.
Remember when he broke his back when he filmed Star Wars? Or broke his leg or something?
I think he was doing a stunt on a plane or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, no, he's crashed like many planes. An elevator door fell on him when he was Force Awakens. Like all stuff, dude. Like this guy has gone through
mad
the ringer.
respect. He's doing it. Let's see. The sequel has been in various stages of development since Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Shall we we forget?
It's an interesting one.
That was
interesting.
back in 2008. But this film finally began shooting in the summer of 2021. It appears that principal photography has been completed after an extensive shoot that took the cast to England, Scotland, Italy, Morocco.
Do you know what that means, baby? We're traveling the world in Indy 5. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I want.
It's like the Uncharted film I always wanted, but somewhat. I don't
You mean
know.
Uncharted's trying to be Indiana Jones?
Yeah, you're right.
This is the OG.
Frank Marshall produced all 4 of the previous Indiana Jones films, along with Bourne, Back to the Future franchises, and many beloved Spielberg films. He went to Twitter and he said, that's a wrap. He tweeted that out, so good to know. And of course, after years of false starts and delays, the completion should come as welcome news to fans eagerly awaiting another adventure from the globe-trotting archaeologist.
So, on the table of the picture that Frank Marshall took was a hat that simply said Indy. Could this be the title of Indiana Jones 5? I don't know, but that sounds great to me. Just calling it Indy, especially if it's the last one and it's like that's it.
It's not a reboot, not a sequel. It's just kind of an homage. So it's cool. It makes sense to just be Indy. We know what it is.
Everybody knows what it is. All it has to be, you got to show the hat somewhere on the cover or on the poster, and then you put Indy on there, and you know exactly what you're getting. Maybe the bullwhip if we're feeling crazy, I don't know.
Hey, I like that. Now we have some details here, recapping kind of everything that you guys love about the film. Vince, if you want to break down what we got.
Yeah, so basically, this is the fifth untitled, or sorry, this is the untitled fifth Indiana Jones movie. It will mark the first entry in the franchise not to be directed by Steven Spielberg, who's still involved with the film as an executive producer. But the franchise is in capable hands as Logan and Walk the Line director James Mangold is directing the film.
That's good.
Now, when I saw Ford versus Ferrari,
Mhm.
better cut out
Just a little bit. I think we're
Frozen, but I'll keep going.
yeah.
Anyways, I saw James Mangold do a little Q&A after talking a little bit about Indy, but he wouldn't say anything about the movie. But
Okay.
he's so excited about it, like you could tell just from him talking about it, and like he's gonna treat it with respect. Like I think
Yeah.
he's gonna nail this, which is awesome. So that's exciting that James Mangold is
Mhm.
directing. But legendary composer John Williams is back doing the score for this, so that's also exciting. That's gonna
Love
be
it. Mhm.
amazing. And in addition to Harrison Ford, the cast of Indiana Jones 5 includes Phoebe Waller-Bridges, Mads Mikkelsen, Antonio Banderas, Thomas Kretschmann, Boyd Holbrook, Shanette Renee Wilson, and Toby Jones. I don't know
Ooh.
the last three, but I do know Mads Antonio and Phoebe Waller-Bridges, and that's exciting. That sounds great to me.
Okay, I think I kind of could recap just real quick. Boyd Holbrook is kind of the bad guy from Logan. He was the young guy. So he was the
Oh,
one.
shoot.
That's Boyd, I
He's
believe.
great.
And
Yeah,
then
he's
Toby
great.
Jones is the scientist from Captain America, the first one. He was the Nazi that worked
Oh,
with Hydra. Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know Jeanette
Very
is,
cool.
but that's my little thing. Also, Antonio Banderas, dude, I'm telling you, this is the Uncharted
Dude.
film that I want.
He's the king. He's the king.
Yeah,
Can
this
you
is great.
imagine Antonio Banderas this year working on two of the biggest adventure movies of the year, just traveling the world, filming little scenes?
That's
That
why he's
sounds like the
doing them.
dream.
He's like, hey, I gotta travel. I'll do the films. I don't care.
God bless him, dude. God bless him.
Yeah, but as for me, I think this film is going to be fantastic. It'll be hopefully a great send off. I think there's a lot of heart into it. Kind of like Matt Reeves with the
Yeah,
Batman. If you love the film, you're going to make it as best as you can. That's all
sure.
I can ask for this. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Now, do we think we're gonna get a little? I mean, the final question before we wrap it up: do you think he passes the hat down or passes the whip down? Is like somebody else gonna take it, or is Indiana Jones, as we know it, just done? It's like this is it. It
I
has to go with Harrison Ford.
I don't think he's done, but kind of like what they did with No Time to Die. I don't want them to think so much on who's the next Indy. I want them to just
Sure.
put Indy will like Indiana Jones
Perfect.
will return, but
Yeah.
don't even focus on it. Like think about that after the fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or do you know what I'd love is, like, if we return to, The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones, which is great, dude. They were hour and a half movies. There's, like, 30 of them. There's so much content there. Like, can you imagine them not
Streaming service.
redoing those, but having a new series of that? It doesn't
Mhm.
even necessarily have to be connected with Harrison
Mhm.
Ford's character or whatever, but, you're able to do so
Keep the
much more there
franchise.
too,
Yeah.
and then still respect, like, Harrison Ford
Mhm.
is Indiana Jones. He is,
Yeah.
the guy. So
That'd be great.
that's it. But guys, Indiana Jones is currently scheduled to release in theaters on June 30th, 2023. Guys, you can listen to the full episode of Freeze Frame on audio platforms, or if you become a member right here on YouTube. Either way, thank you guys for listening to this clip. We appreciate you, and we'll see you the next time.
All
Well, bam.
right. There we go.
That was a perfect. That
Juicy.
was a perfect segment, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, it was great. Even though I was like, "Oh, you went away, I went away. Who glitched out?" And we glitched a little bit, but
Well, the best part
okay.
is it was all recording on my end, right? So it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
we're
it
good.
just kept going.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Good work.
Let's see. Moving on now. We got two little DC news headlines here. So I was just looking over with the
No, you're
time.
good.
Michael Keaton has officially confirmed Batman on his own Instagram. So we know Michael Keaton's returning, of course, from. But
The
this
shadow
was like,
pick, right?
yeah, the shadow pick. So it was more like, okay, this is more of a confirmation from him to be in the Batwoman. I believe they showed some leaked photos of him. I believe he was on set and he has like a new bat suit. It's kind of the same kind of what we've seen, but it looks a little more
Nipply?
bulky. I think the nipples are there. I think so.
Okay, cool.
Not
That's
sure.
important.
But he looks bulky for sure. He looks bulky and he
Sure.
looks good. He looks good. And then
Okay.
okay, so Matt Reeves has been talking about the Batman a lot. The Batman sequel. So I wanted to ask you, if Batman had a sequel, it hasn't even come out yet. If it does, who would you want to potentially be who would you want to see as a villain? Because we have Riddler. Who would a
I can
villain?
tell you who I don't want to be a villain.
Okay.
My number one I don't want is Joker. We've seen the Joker so many times. I really want to see a
Okay.
new villain or a different take on a different villain. Like we're gonna
Okay.
see a different take of the Riddler in this one.
Mhm.
We're not seeing the suit with like the question marks all over it. Like
Yeah.
it's not Jim Carrey's
No,
Riddler.
it's not.
It's something very different.
Hmm.
I would love to see just a take on a I like do you know why this is so good? Like, why Riddler would be great is because he's not like a super powered person and Batman doesn't have superpowers, right? So
Mhm.
he's like it feels just like it feels right. It feels
Yeah.
right that
Yeah.
they're going against each
Mhm.
other. So I guess Joker would be a fine option, but maybe I mean, Dr. Freeze might be kind of cool. Mr.
That's
Freeze, like,
crazy. Yeah, yeah, that'd
I
be
said
cool.
Dr. Freeze.
It's okay.
I don't know. Who do you think? Who
I
would
want
you
to
want?
throw one at you, which would be wild. We'd never seen before, but Matt Reeves, I feel like can take any villain and make him grounded. Now, bear with me.
I know what I want. I know what I want. Yeah.
Okay, let me hear. Let me hear. Okay,
No,
I'll
you go first.
Okay, Clayface. Now, bear with me. Clayface
Interesting.
is a shapeshifter, and he's an
Yeah.
actor. So I want an actor that is just like nuts, right? I'm thinking like crazy. I can't really think who. I don't know why I was gonna say Paul Dano, but anyway, somebody crazy, right? But he's a shapeshifter, and maybe he robs banks, maybe he's a killer or whatever. But Batman now has to figure out his own identity by trying to figure out the identity of Clayface. So it deals into that because Clayface is there, like turning into himself. Maybe Robert Pattinson can act as himself, like, hello, Batman, because whoever Clayface sees, he just turns into that person. But the way that Batman figures out is that he has no skeleton and stuff like that. So I don't know. There could be a cool like shape shifting. He's like, is he Alfred? Is he Gordon? Like, you don't know who to trust because Clayface is just everywhere, and like that'd be kind of a cool concept. I don't know.
I like that. That'd be cool. That would be interesting.
Okay.
I changed my answer.
Okay.
I want Azrael.
Oh. Okay.
Dude, the Knight.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's almost like
Arkham.
yeah, WC, because it's almost, how a lot of people kind of want Deathstroke, and there's kind of like, is he a villain or not? Azrael is the good side of that coin because it's like, no, he's an actual villain,
Yeah, dude.
Azrael's
I think that would be sick. We've never seen that in I don't know.
He can mimic him, and he could be like, Bruce Wayne, I'm trying to become you.
Literally.
Yeah.
It'd be sick.
Oh,
It'd be so sick.
Nuts, dude.
But maybe I don't know. Without getting we can't. Never mind.
Yeah. That's
Dig
good.
deep.
That's good. Yeah.
Good
Okay.
stuff.
Moving on. Yeah.
Moving on to other studios, John Carpenter has a story idea for The Thing sequel, which may or may not include Kurt Russell returning. Interesting, because I feel like The Thing is just perfect on its own. And then, did they try to reboot it, or did they do a sequel? I never watched it.
They did a sequel, but it was a prequel, so it's cool because it takes place right before.
That's right, because it's the other camp.
Yeah, it's the first camp, and then it ends.
That, actually,
the last clip is the first clip for the
perfect.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I love that, but I don't know. Was it good?
I thought it was great. It was like, well, it's on its own, but it's cool. It's really, really cool.
Okay, I'll have to watch that because I liked it a lot. But,
Mary Elizabeth Winstead,
if John Carpenter's got an idea for it, I'm sure it'll be great. John Carpenter, also big gamer. He's like, I'm jumping into Horizon Forbidden West this week.
I saw that.
Love him.
That's funny. Good guy. Another franchise that's iconic, Halloween Ends. Jamie Lee Curtis says they just wrapped shooting for the final film in the trilogy. Now, I saw the previous two. I'm into them. I like the gore. It's hilarious. I mean, it's just funny for me. I saw it in the theater, and it was great.
I haven't seen any of the new ones or any Halloween films in general. So
they're all right. Honestly, you just have to watch the first and second because they go back. They tell you it's like Cobra Kai. It's like Cobra Kai, dude. It's great.
Well, it's what every series is doing right now. Scream did it. Halloween did it. Cobra Kai did it. Everything is like
Scream called it out.
Really?
Yeah, remember Scream? Then I haven't seen. You haven't seen? I thought we talked about it, man. I'm sorry. Well,
that's good.
The new Scream was like, this is what's happening now. Yeah, they make fun of how like they bring back these like Halloween films, but then they bring back the cast to kind of keep you going, but also have a new younger. Like they literally said those words, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
I love that.
Great.
That's really good. Alden. Oh, I never say his name right, dude.
Enrin
it's
Reich?
Solo himself.
Yeah,
Solo himself joins the star-studded cast of Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. David Dashmalchian. I don't know how to say that either. Did I say that right?
David Dashmalchian. Yeah, that's the guy, dude.
He's been cast alongside Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon. Why is Matt Damon in this movie? Emily Blunt, Forrest Pugh, Rami Malek, Benny Safdie. Let's go. Josh Hartnett, Dane DeHaan, Jack Quaid. Oh, this is an insane cast, bro. Like, what is this movie going to be?
I don't know, but it seems like every day. And also, I think what's his name? The guy who's in Murder in the Orient Express, Hercule Poirot. Kenneth Branagh is also in it too. I forgot to mention that, but like, dude, this cast is gonna be nuts.
Here's my question:
film all time. Yes,
I love Christopher Nolan's movies. I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan. I like Dunkirk a lot, but I also am way more drawn to his movies that are not necessarily as critically acclaimed, like Tenet. I understand the people that don't like it. I understand the people that love it, but he committed to that movie.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And it was a concept, and it was original. It felt new. Who knows if it makes complete sense or not? There's sure to be arguments on both sides, but that's what I want for this. I want him to like do a new thing, but it seems this one's grounded in more historical events again, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But I want Nolan to be like, this idea is crazy. Nobody's gonna be able to grasp it. Let me
Yeah.
try.
Mhm.
Let me try to do this.
I feel like, you know what? Maybe there's a pattern here because didn't he do like Interstellar and then Dunkirk and then Tenet and now Oppenheimer? So maybe he's going like, I'm stretching my creative freedom with
Sure.
sci-fi, and now I'm going historical because it seems like he really loves historical films.
Yeah.
And then sci-fi with
And
Tenet, and
Dunkirk is
now back
great.
to this. Yeah, Dunkirk is phenomenal. I thought it was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Because he always includes like a time element or a weird kind of caveat to these films, right? I think
Yes.
I mentioned that to you before. Like, it's
Mhm.
never just a normal film. There's always like, oh, something that happens.
Yeah.
So
I'm so excited, man. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be so
creation
cool.
of the atom bomb, like that's a
Mhm.
cool topic. I want to see
It
about
is.
that.
It's very cool.
And then RDJ, I hope he has like a lead role and not like a supporting like Zodiac. I hope he's like one of the main
Yeah.
guys.
Sure.
Anyways, Bill Murray and Aziz Ansari are starring in a comedy drama film. This is cool. Aziz
Wow.
this is his directorial debut, and he also wrote the script. So I found what the project is based on because I wanted to know. It's based on the Atul Gawande nonfiction book, Being Mortal: Medicine and What Matters in the End. This is a New York Times review of books. The New York Times, described it as a moving and clear-eyed look at aging and death in our society, and at the harms we do in turning it into a medical problem rather than a human one.
Damn it, this is gonna be
Wow.
sad, man. This is gonna make me cry. Because
Yeah.
Bill Murray's about to be the sick person. There's something's gonna happen.
It's gonna be all
And
funny with Aziz, and then he's like, they're both funny, and then it's also hard,
yeah,
and you're like, no.
I can't wait. Bill Murray's a national treasure.
Yeah, he really
He
is, dude.
I love
And
him.
with him in Marvel now, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
What's he doing in Marvel?
He is in Ant-Man the Wasp, dude. He's playing one of the bad guys.
Oh, sick. Can't
Yeah.
wait. It's gonna be great.
Mhm.
All right. Cool.
And then I think
Uh,
I told you about the Groundhog Day type of thing. Like, what if they do it like that? That'd be crazy.
Oh, that would be funny.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
that's it.
Daniel Radcliffe gets weird in first look at the Al Yankovic story. Big Weird Al guy. This is gonna be weird. This is gonna be odd.
Have you seen the photo of him yet? I don't know if
Yeah.
you have. Yeah, he
He just
looks.
looks goofy. He looks
Yeah.
goofy.
I hats off to him. He's doing good stuff.
I hope he hasn't I don't know anything about Weird Al on his personal life.
Mhm.
I just know his music, so
Yeah, I
I'm
wonder
hoping to
what
be
made him.
surprised.
There might be a wild story behind his music, you know.
Could be, yeah. I literally have no idea.
And then Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds want to make Free Guy 2. Of course, they're both talking probably, news after the Atom Project. Let's see. They say Levy says, "We know how hard it is to make a worthy sequel, and when we feel confident that's the kind we'll make, then we'll make it." That's good. That's
Yeah.
well said. But
Free Guy surprised me. It was more fun than I thought it was gonna be.
yeah, me too. I had a great time with it.
Yeah.
That's all I had on
And
that one.
come on, dude. Jodie Coomer.
Oh, you like her? Huh?
She's
Yeah.
dude, she's great. And not
Cool.
only is she good in that movie, she should have been nominated for an Oscar for The Last Duel.
Oh
She
yeah,
should have been.
yeah. That was a
She's
snub.
incredible.
That was enough snub for sure.
It's a snub, baby.
Hmm.
We got some more snubs to talk about at the end of the show, though. Some movies.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Some more snubs. Okay.
Okay.
Steven Spielberg is set to direct a film about the character Frank Bullitt. The original film, Frank Bullitt is a cop on the hunt for the kingpin that killed his witness. However, this is not a remake, but instead a new idea centered on the character. Very exciting.
Give Spielberg anything, he'll make it magic.
Sometimes.
Okay.
The
Sometimes.
last 10 years, hit or miss, baby. Hit or miss.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking, I was
Did you
like,
see West
I
Side
don't
Story?
know. No, I did not.
Me neither. I gotta watch that. That's on my list because I gotta watch it before the Oscars, man.
So I saw this clip. It was like a oneer, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my
Oh,
gosh,
yeah,
this
yeah, I
looks
did see that.
gorgeous. And I was like, whoa.
And I love West Side Story, the original. So, like, I'm sure I'm gonna like this.
Mhm.
I'm sure I'm gonna like this.
There's no time. It's too much content. Okay, here we go. Television now. The finale of Arthur recently premiered, showing all the characters grown up, and this was sad. It was so sad. I didn't watch. I mean,
It's so funny.
I saw the clips of it, and I looked at photos of them. Dude, they're all grown up.
Buster's a weatherman. I mean, it's just goofy. Dude,
Yeah.
what is Arthur's sister?
DW, I think.
Yeah, DW was always a snitch. Now she's a cop.
Yeah, that was a good point. And then I like Arthur's now a writer, a graphic
Yeah.
writer for books, and he wrote the story on how the writer made a cameo in the first episode about him.
Yeah.
So it was like a big full circle moment. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
That's cool. I had no idea the show was still going, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, me neither. It's crazy.
Good times, good times. I wonder how many seasons that is, because I was watching it in like
I was watching it as a kid too.
yeah, crazy.
Hmm.
Coming up next for streaming, we have HBO Max. Euphoria is the about TV show of the decade so far in the US, according to Twitter. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's the biggest of all time in the US, only on Twitter. And then
Yeah.
it's like, it's pretty
Almost
funny.
tweeted. So I think, every
Yeah.
episode people are tweeting about it and using the hashtags. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like, dude, there's some like memes, there's crazy jokes,
Dude,
there's
the
God.
best, the
Oh,
best
good.
tweet I saw about it this week
Uh-huh.
was, it's like, you guys call me weird for watching anime, but you guys tune into high schoolers having sex once a week.
Oh yeah, that hits. That hits. That feels weird, but it's not. Oh
Oh, it's
God,
so,
that's awkward.
it's
Yeah,
so funny.
me and my buddy Peyton, we're hyping about it. And we might watch it tonight. I think today's Sunday. He
It's the
texted me. He's
finale?
like, yeah. He was like, hey, you want to come watch the finale tonight? I'm like, oh no, maybe
Dang,
I have
dude.
to gotta. But oh, the finale, man, it's happening tonight, and it's gonna be
Yeah,
huge because
I'm sure.
a lot of weird stuff in that show. But it's beautiful,
Of
man.
course.
Because
It is. I saw one episode. It's very good.
I don't know if you knew how they're shooting on they're shooting on film, like a 33, like an
Oh,
old
wow.
type of film, and it's
Yeah.
like this rare film that apparently they just recently got
Crazy.
back. So they had him produce a lot
Yeah.
to shoot a whole season of a show, and it's like
Mhm.
to bring out the skin tones, and it's like it's rarely used, so
Yeah.
it's like gorgeous, of course.
It is. It's the cinematography is exquisite
Mhm.
in that show.
Absolutely.
Exquisite.
But there are a lot of controversy with Sam Levinson because like he does some stuff in this show that's like, why, dude? This doesn't make sense.
Who's Sam Levinson?
The director, sorry,
Oh, got
right?
it.
Isn't Sam Levinson? I believe his name. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Sam Levinson. I
I
just
don't
want to
know.
make sure real quick. Yes, Sam Levinson. So like, I don't know,
Okay.
just like his choices on some of the female actresses. Like they're
Hmm.
telling him, "Hey, I don't feel like I should do this," and he's like, "Okay, that's fine." And people on Twitter were like, "Yeah, it's funny how you would write that in to see how far they would go." But
Yeah, that show really pushes the limit. Like, I feel
pushes, yeah.
bad. I really actually feel bad for some of the actors and actresses who
Mhm.
like now. I mean, it seems like they want to be a part of the show, but
Mhm.
imagine like it has to be kind of embarrassing, dude. There's some things in that show that are like, I would not want myself to like be on.
Oh yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot
even
of
if it's
characters that are
fake.
just getting written off, dude. Like just because,
Really?
yeah, because they were like, "Hey, Sam, it'll feel." I don't know, but they're not like in the
Ah,
show, so
yeah,
and we're just like, where did they go? Where did they go? They're just gone.
yeah.
But,
It's interesting. I don't know. Actually, I don't know where I fall on all that, but
yeah. I don't
it's interesting.
know. Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
you got the next one.
oh, here we go. Alan Ruck says, "Succession season 4 should begin filming at the end of June. Let's go,
Good.
baby."
I'm about halfway through the third season now.
Okay.
So good. It is so good.
Yeah, you get into the thick of it for sure. Like
Yeah.
I said, the season 3 has probably one of the greatest season finales I have ever witnessed in my entire life.
God,
I was
I can't imagine.
because I don't think I've ever cried to something not really sad or
Yeah.
more dramatic, but it was just almost shocking. And I was crying. I was like, "Why? How am I crying?" Just out of pure like shock.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's just nuts.
You were quite literally shitting, crying, throwing up, as they say.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know what to grab and control.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm excited.
Very cool. Well, Paramount Plus, we got grown up Timmy Turner's young cousin parents in first trailer for the live action sequel series, Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder, which looks
Oh.
honestly horrible. It looks horrible. What do you think?
It does, but it also lines up with what Nickelodeon's doing, right? So
It totally,
with
yeah,
their
it
like,
does.
we're the Thundermans, I believe is the show. They're doing like
Okay.
live action Avengers, and stuff like their Nickelodeon is all like live action. It seems like just weird, like I don't know. I like cartoons, do the cartoons, but I get that they're kind of upping the scale, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, this is kind
I
of
guess.
interesting.
I hope kids like it because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna watch this. It's not for me.
Yeah,
It's not written for me. It's not geared towards me at all. Yeah.
No. A 22-year-old college kid. No, I mean, well, not
No.
even college kid. Sorry, Oh, okay, here we go. Tom Brady will produce and star in 80 for Brady, a road trip comedy at Paramount, of course. This movie will co-star Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, the legend herself, and Sally Fields.
Sally Fields. So,
Oh my.
he's starring in this. Does Tom Brady act besides like Energizer commercials and stuff like that?
Listen, I think he acts the same way Shaq acts. You know what I mean?
just is
Shaq
himself.
acts. Yeah, it's just
Shack ass.
Shaq acts. Shaq, the Shaq
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
acts, and
So-
he acts in movies.
Cool. I'm sure this will be fun. Nothing like retiring and then getting a movie deal with Paramount Plus. What a life, dude. What a life.
Oh, jeez, I know. Oh, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, I need a new house. Go ahead, pay me that much, sure.
God bless him. Hope he's doing good.
He's the goat, though. He's the goat, right?
Coming into Stars, we got an Outlander prequel series at the works at Stars. I never saw Outlander, so I don't know about this at all.
My mom's a huge fan of the show, and so I know all
Okay.
about it just because of that. And so Outlander's cool
Yeah.
concept because the lady, so it's about a woman. She's I think in World War One-ish, World War Two era. She goes through like a rock. She goes back in time to
Sure,
like the
yeah.
Game of Thrones era, right? She falls in love, has kids, time travel, medieval mixed with modern day, back and forth. Love drama. It's love drama. You know, that's
Yeah.
all I know about it from
You
initial concept.
remember Once Upon a Time? You ever watch any of that show?
Once upon a time, like the ABC Disney show, like oh baby.
No, was it ABC?
I think it was ABC. Yeah. Once upon a
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Dude, I saw the whole show, the whole thing.
Dude, yeah.
the
This
whole
gives
thing,
me
man.
vibes. This gives me Once Upon a Time vibes.
I need to rewatch it again, but oh my gosh, that show. It was
Pretty
it was hard at times to get through. It's
Oh,
hard.
yeah. My sister loved that, so I watched a lot of it with her.
I love it though.
Good times.
Always never forget. Bay file. And then his son's like, Papa.
Papa.
Something like that. Okay, yeah, we got the Indiana Jones, of course, wrapped, and then Quentin Tarantino is in talks to direct Timothy Olyphant in 1 or 2 episodes of Justified City Primeval sequel series.
It's Justified a show.
It is a show, and so I'm guessing the connection there is Timothy Olyphant was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for a little bit.
Okay.
So maybe he's like, yeah, I'll help you out.
Tarantino, stop writing books. Let's work on the last movie, dude. I want to see.
I don't know what it's gonna be, dude. Like at this point, I don't know if it's Kill Bill. I don't know if it's something new.
I don't really know what I want from him because Kill Bill 3 would be cool, but
I don't want it to be his last. Like do Kill Bill, but then give me a last film that's like a banger, something new. But don't make Kill. It's like I know what Kill Bill is.
remember he wants to make a Star Trek movie.
Oh,
So I don't know.
yeah.
But we didn't talk about that, dude. Star Trek 4 is coming together. They've been talking about
Oh.
it. The whole cast is talking about returning. Everybody. Like,
yeah, and then you know what's funny? I saw something about the cast, and I don't even know if this is true. So take this with a grain of salt. They were like, "Yeah, I don't know where that report came from. We don't know about a movie."
what?
Like Chris
No,
Pine.
that's
I don't
heartbreaking.
know. Like I want
Yeah.
it to happen with all of them, right? But I think like Zoe and Chris Pine were like, "Yeah, we were hearing about this, and like we don't even have we have a script, but we're not like
Well,
we don't know."
Remember there's rumors a while ago where the next Star Trek movie would be a prequel to this Star Trek like trilogy,
Mhm.
only starring Chris Hemsworth, like
Oh,
as
yes.
whatever his name is. I guess the OG Captain Kirk or
Yeah,
whatever.
Captain
they
Kirk.
call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pine. No, not Pine. That's Chris Pine.
Yeah. So that could be interesting, even though he
Mhm.
dies in the first one, you know.
Yeah, I think
Spoilers.
it'd be cool send off. I think it's like, oh, he sacrificed himself. I think, yeah, I would be down for a story like that. Make it
Cool.
action packed.
Like a Rogue One type thing. You're just you know he's gonna die. You know
Yes.
everybody's gonna die at
Be
the
so
end, but you're
sick.
just watching their downfall. Could be cool.
Yeah.
Could
We'll
be
have to
cool.
see.
I don't know. We'll have
Um,
to see.
Okay, well that's it for all of our news. If we can get into our recommendations, let's see. What have you
yeah.
been cooking up for this week, Vin? Oh,
All right, let me
I feel
Yeah,
like
you go.
Yeah, I got some weak ones. The reason why I say that is because I don't watch too many films, so
Sure.
my recommendations are always based on what am I feeling, what's the vibe.
Yeah.
Now
you
the
gotta be
Elvis
interested.
trailer recently dropped, right? Elvis.
Hmm.
It was Boz or Baz? Boz Lerman?
I
Did
don't
you
know.
correct me on that? I think my buddy
I don't know.
might have corrected me on that. Anyways,
Probably Boz.
Boz Lerman, new film Elvis Presley is coming out, and so the trailer was great. So I was like, okay, another film you guys need to see, Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash story.
Yeah, I've never seen that yet, man.
Dude, that's one of the greats. Joaquin is phenomenal. It's just, oh man, at the end, once you get to the ending, it's like, man, that was a good biopic, one of the better ones,
Yeah.
one of the best.
Right.
So definitely check out Walk the Line, because man, Joaquin, he gives it all in Johnny Cash.
I love Johnny Cash. So
He's really the man in black, the coolest guy around.
coolest guy
That's right.
around.
Right,
Good.
what do you got?
I gotta watch that. This week, I mean, okay, I'll say I watched 5 movies this week.
Okay,
I
let's hear 'em.
watched Uncharted.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really
Yeah,
know how to
just
say about it
one
too
word
much,
or-
but like, yeah, Uncharted.
Okay.
I watched Titan.
Oh yeah, I was hearing about your love and weirdness for it.
It's not. I don't.
No,
that
I
movie
mean,
is so
you're interested-
disturbing. It's so
Yeah.
disturbing. I don't even know. Ryder, you like horror movies, right?
Yeah, I love horror films.
This is not even horror. This is just disturbing. I don't even know
Oh,
how to explain it. I don't know why people love it. There's
Uh-huh.
like Oscars doing their fan picks or whatever, and Titan's in like second place for the fan pick for.
What?
I'm like-
Maybe because they were taking risks with it. Would you even say it's like tasteful? No.
I don't know. It's not even tasteful, bro. I
Oh.
wanted to throw up the whole time, but I stuck to it. And it was actually they had some redeeming qualities about it, but it's very scarring. Like
Is it like
don't know.
I don't even want to get in it, but like disgusting or like gory?
there are some
Just
It's not even
really,
gory. It's just
just like,
disgusting. Like I would
oh,
physically had to like look away from the screen at some points. I don't know if I can do this, but people love it. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I experienced it, and I think you should watch
dude,
it
my
right because I
mind is
can't wait to
going
know
to
your thoughts.
1,000 places. I don't
Good,
really want
because
to
you're
know.
not even prepared. You're not even prepared
Uh,
for what could potentially happen. I want to see your live updates when you watch it. Like text me because it would give me so much joy. You gotta watch it. It's
no,
on Hulu.
I
It's
don't
on
feel
Hulu.
good now. Okay.
Anyways, a couple more. I watched The Lost Daughter, which is
Mhm.
Maggie
Oh
Gyllenhaal's
yeah.
directorial debut with Olivia Colman,
Mhm.
and I thought Olivia Colman was so good in the movie. It's very well written. It's not like amazing or anything, but it's good. It is solid, and I understand why it's up for awards
Mhm.
this season.
Okay.
Um, I also watched The Ice Pirates, which is a 1980s film. It was terrible. It was like a ripoff of Blade Runner, Dune, Star Wars, and Spaceballs. It was like
Oh
that. It
wow.
sucked. And Flash
Okay.
Gordon.
And you watched the whole thing?
Oh yeah, watch the whole thing, bro. I kind of
Dang.
liked it. It was fun,
Respect.
but it was
Okay.
bad.
That's cool.
It was
That's
in the
cool.
background. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
doing other things.
Okay.
And then also last night, or 2 nights ago, I got home. My dad was putting on a Clint Eastwood movie. I was like, oh yeah, I'll sit down and watch a little bit of this. Ended up
Oh.
watching the whole thing. It's called Hang 'Em High. It's an old western. It's
Okay.
great.
Dude,
Very good.
westerns are like, man, I need to
Yeah,
get like I like westerns. I
yeah.
think one of my favorite films is is a John Wayne film. John Wayne I went blank on the title. I can't
There's so
say it's
many
my
John
favorite.
Wayne. There's so many John
Yeah.
Wayne films.
Oh geez. Well, I saw it in a class once and I was like, yeah, this is like one of my favorite films. This is
Searchers?
great. Yeah, thank you. The
It's a good one.
Searchers. Yeah.
Searchers really good.
Searchers. I really like that one.
Yeah,
But that's it.
it's good.
That's great.
Good.
You got some good
Sorry, that was a
recommendations
lot.
there. No, that's some good ones. People gotta, expand their palette a little bit. Check out some different films,
Of
80s, westerns.
of all
Mhm.
those though, I would check out. I mean, Hang 'Em High was very good, but The Lost Daughter, which is Olivia
Yeah.
Colman on Netflix, it was a great movie. And Dakota Johnson, she's
Oh,
fire, dude.
Dakota's
She's
an
beautiful.
angel,
She's
man.
beautiful.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great to
Yeah,
hear.
that's it. That's
All
it.
right, we got some new films hopefully coming soon. The Batman drops this next week, ladies and gentlemen. So look forward to our review coming Monday, 9 a.m.
Monday.
is the embargo lifts. The embargo will lift. So check out all of our social media because it's gonna be everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're gonna have review bits all over the place. And then also a spoiler review coming that weekend. But yeah, good luck getting tickets. Have fun with Batman. Thanks for watching, everybody. Give us a review if you enjoyed the show. Check out all our social media. Join our Discord so you can stay up to date with us as well as news headlines that we post in there. And we'll see you guys next week for 53.
Love y'all.